Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Tony, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, as always, first off, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Doing great. The weather is warm for a day or two.
That sounds
I
odd.
hope that's not the only January thaw that we'll get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds odd hearing you say that, though. It's warm.
I know.
You know, it's kind of weird. It's like we shouldn't be saying it's warm.
It makes me want to, skip work and go dredging, but unfortunately, I cannot do that at this moment.
I know, right? I wonder if the creek's frozen, though.
Probably. I mean, there's probably, like, icebergs.
Yeah, because the lake's froze, so I bet the creek's froze, too. But I know that wouldn't stop you. You're Kathleen Biffle. It's not going to stop you.
The koi pond's thawing out, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You can see the fish.
Wow. Interesting.
They're still there, knock on wood. They're all still alive.
Are they?
Yep.
Okay, good. Well, that's a plus. But if it starts, I don't know, it's going to be warmer tomorrow, right? Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Warmer tomorrow?
One more day warm, and then in Ohio they give you, like, a range now of what it'll do. The snow will come.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere from 2 inches to 23 inches.
Oh, my gosh. That's not good, but it's going to happen Friday evening, so hopefully we're all home and in our pajamas. And I'm not leaving.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, I ain't leaving the house until Monday morning then. That's it. I'm coming in. I'm not going nowhere. Heck with that. It's going to be crazy. But I'm glad that you're enjoying the weather a little bit. But it's a shame you can't get out and do no digging.
Yeah,
but,
I'd rather be dredging.
No, I know. But have you cleaned up any more of your cons? I know you probably got tons.
No, I've gone through all of mine from last year.
What about
we are ready to start.
Did you go through the stuff Ray sent you?
No, I haven't done that.
Aha! So there's your...
I thought you meant the stuff that I found.
Oh, no, I just meant all your dirt in general.
Oh. I still have to go through that.
Oh, so maybe this weekend, since you'll be snowed in.
Maybe.
There you go. Sounds like a fun little project for you, Kathleen.
Well, I also have some of I guess it's from the dry washer, what gets underneath of the riffles fabric, and it's really like fine powder.
Okay.
So I don't even know how I would do this.
Well, wouldn't you?
Any ideas?
Wouldn't you still just run it on your water table the way you do all this fine stuff?
I guess I'd have to wet it down then, right? And then just. I guess
probably.
I could try it and see.
Yeah, give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised at how little that gold is that sticks to that water table.
Mm-hmm.
It's teeny tiny stuff.
Right, so it's like, well, you might as well run it through there because it's already classified. So.
Well, it's still set up in the dining room, so that wouldn't be very hard.
Oh, that makes it even easier then. I think that's what
I just got to plug it in.
Yep. Let's go through this dirt now, see what we got. Dang. Did you get your total yet for the season?
No.
No, not yet? Okay.
We have to weigh the last part of it and dry it out and weigh it. But we did pretty well.
Nice.
I mean, for the year, I mean, I'm excited about what we did, and I'm hoping to get that and a little more this year, but I just don't know how. I'm getting a late start.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a heck of a number to try to beat. I mean, even what you told us, last week, that roughly what you had gotten so far, it was like, man, that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, for Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to make more trips out to Arizona, evidently.
I have to make more trips somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, what's really sad is all the times we've been out, locally here, that gold, the Arizona gold made up for more than half of our total.
Yeah, wow. See, that's amazing.
And that was only a day and a half of dry washing, so...
There ain't no gold in Arizona.
Is it possible, Kathleen, to like, if we have like a long weekend, to just get on a plane, fly down, prospect all weekend, and fly home?
It's a big ordeal, but I can't do that in a weekend.
You couldn't do it in a weekend? Even a long weekend?
Well, maybe if I started on Thursday.
Well, right, because Thursday's the last day you work, you come home, everything's
That would
ready.
be nice if I had funds to always do that.
I mean, I seen a commercial the other day, something about $59 one-way flights, and I was like,
To Arizona?
Oh, it didn't say where, but I was thinking, $59 one way.
Yeah, they have a $59
nowhere.
What's that, Dennis?
So they've got I see those all the time. They're different locations at different times and stuff. But yeah, you can get them.
See if you can do something like that.
And I doubt they're straight through flights.
Probably not.
I mean, we got a pretty good deal the last time. Shad's really resourceful about finding good prices. I mean, yeah, we had to leave out of Cleveland, but we saved a heck of a lot of money doing it that way. Mm-hmm. We basically got 2 flights for the price of 1.
Yeah, so you can't.
Now, how far are you away from Cleveland?
About 2.5 hours, depending on how fast you drive.
Gosh,
it's not too bad. I mean, we are in a good location. I'm like 2.5 hours away from Cleveland and about the same away from Cincinnati. So wherever there's any leases here in Ohio where we go, we're only like 2.5 hours away.
So it works out good for you.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. See?
It'd be better if we were in Arizona, though.
Yeah, it would. And it would be. Now, you got me wanting to go there. Yeah, the more you guys talk about it. I'm telling
you and Christy.
I know.
And then Dennis can come along, and it'll be a big party. Yep. And then, of course, Rich. I don't know if Rich will come or not.
Mm-hmm. And then Swiftwater will be there. Yeah.
It's awesome out here, I'm telling you.
Man, I'm telling you. It's
Today it was cloud cover, and I still wore a short sleeve shirt.
Ah, man. It sounds too good, you know?
I know, but it's just bad because you get these good days, and you're dying to be out there digging gold, but you're stuck working.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel, today and tomorrow.
Yep. And then it's like, crap, gotta work. Got that.
And you know what's really fun? You know what's really funny is because since I took over the restaurant here, I put it in my head that this is going to be my gold season, so I gotta treat it just like gold season. So I go to work and I just act like I'm digging gold, but I'm digging meat. That way I don't get down on myself for me working a job instead of digging gold this season.
All right. Right. You got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, the gold will be there, Scott, when you get time.
We have responsibles.
That's right. We're adults. We have to do that work thing occasionally, as much as we'd rather be out digging. Mm-hmm.
Well, shoot, we've got 2 going through driver's ed right now.
Oh, gee.
Oh, one's getting ready to take their test, and they got to practice. And
oh yeah,
I've already got one of them asking for a new car. I just don't know what to do.
I tell you what, Kathleen, the best thing I ever did was took a defensive driving course after my license.
Yeah.
Did you?
It really helps.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And you could do driver's ed online.
What?
Yeah, you take these online tutorials, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then you do the in-car part just at a driving school, but they rarely have classrooms now where you learn.
Wow. Times have changed. They don't teach it in school no more?
No.
Really?
I don't even think schools have anything to do with it anymore.
Wow.
They don't. I mean, that's how I got mine.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people.
There was a little trailer parked outside of our school, and we would go there, and there was those the fake cars, the simulator.
Oh, you guys had a cool driver's ed then.
Oh, but it was like the projector kind. It wasn't like a fancy
but still
TV.
That's cool. You guys had a cool one.
It was kind of neat. I mean, but for the 80s, that was pretty. Yeah. That was pretty snazzy.
It was. That was pretty upscale, I'd say. Ooh, high tech.
Yeah, so busy bees.
Yeah, well, good. Well, I'm glad you made it tonight, Kathleen. I know you got your news, right?
I do.
Awesome, good. Looking forward to that, as always. And like I said, thank you for being here.
Good to be.
Okay, also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Tony, how are you, Scott?
Woo! How's everybody out there? Man, I'm doing pretty good today. I had a fun day. It was an exciting day, and what was funny is because, like I said, we had a little bit of rain here last night, which I don't know how long it's been since we had a rain, but it's been a little while. Still not enough to give us no water in the creeks yet, and but we do have a little snow, I guess, up in Prescott and Flagstaff, so maybe if they get a good rain, it might flood some of that snow down my way. No. And put some water back out in the old creeks so we can get out there and do something. But like I said, I'm working the restaurant this season, and I'm going to try to get out there maybe on a weekend if I can.
Sure.
My bosses know that what I do, and I told them, hey, when that water's coming, you guys, somebody's going to have to come over here Saturday because I will be gone.
You will be in the creek.
Yeah, and then I had a pretty interesting day. I had a little feller by the name of Sean. I hope he's listening tonight. About 12 years old. And it was funny because, like I said, I stand there behind the counter, and he kept talking to his dad. And his dad, I could hear him just saying, "No, that ain't him." And he just kept looking, and he finally asked me if I dug gold, and I told him, yeah. And he said, and he looked at his dad and said, I told you that was Swiftwater.
Oh, look at that. You had your first celebrity sighting.
That's right.
I know, right? And then and then he started asking just like, oh, where can I go? And da-da-da-da. So I told him pretty much, he'll go out of my claim if he wanted to because everything's dry anyway. And I told his dad, I said, well, you'll have to pick up a little dirt and just take home, let him pan it and find out what he finds. I said, and I told him where I would go, where I know that I've already found flakes out there. And because of the natural erosion, it's took it down about 8 feet into a hillside, so you can get down in there and actually see the layers.
Oh, cool.
And I described to him, there's a little red layer that I like to dig out there for panning because I know that pretty much that's going to be the most of where you're going to find. It's not really heavy gold, but you'll find maybe in a bucket you might find 10 or 12 flakes. It's just enough to keep him excited.
Sure.
But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
And that's why I say today was just a fun day, and I still, it's just like Dennis was talking earlier. We know we put our pants on one leg at a time, but when somebody recognizes you like that, it kind of makes you feel kind of funny, at the same time of being kind of proud of what you do because somebody did actually acknowledge what you do and the stuff that we're out there for. So it was cool.
That is
awesome.
Cool, Scott.
That's really a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope he gets on Gold Prospector Space and becomes a member. Like I always plug us for sure, and try to get people on there if they're really interested in doing it. I always tell them the first thing you got to do is your homework, and the best place to get the homework is Gold Prospector Space, where everybody digs gold, so the knowledge is out there.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 6,800 people that dig gold in one location. So.
6,800, man! I don't know what number I come in on, but man, that's grown considerably.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
And they all dig gold.
And they all dig gold. That's right.
So somebody's got to be able to answer your question, right?
That is true.
That's the way I see it. That's why we're here. Man, Scott, that's pretty cool though.
And I had another feller talking to me about something. Do you, Tim? Now you guys out there listening might be a rock guy, but what is fluorite?
I've heard of it.
Isn't that the stuff that glows?
The fluorite glow?
In the dark?
Well, he said in the cave with it wet under a flashlight, it looks real nice. He said, but you get out in the sun and it doesn't look as good.
Right.
It has to be in a dark area, I guess. I don't know.
Isn't that what you get when you go to the dentist office?
Yeah, fluorite.
That's
what they put in toothpaste.
Oh, okay.
Fluorite.
But I haven't. I don't.
One that glows.
I was going to say I've never. I don't know if I've ever seen a piece of jewelry made out of it.
No,
I don't know if they even use it for that. I'm not for sure.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's that pretty, probably. Or they'd make jewelry out of it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've heard of fluorite, but
me neither. Shad, Google that.
Yeah.
He's the Googler.
Like gemstone rings.
Yeah.
Emerald cut gemstone rings. So if you ever see one,
what is it? What is it, Kathleen?
Any emerald cut gemstone ring. It doesn't have to be in gold setting or anything. I just like the emerald cut.
Emerald cut stone.
Yeah, it's like the rectangle.
We got the jewelry shopping channel. You could probably buy one there for $29.99.
I know.
They sell tons on that thing.
I mean, it's not like an expensive thing that I like, so it's fun to find the rings. And I found a nice black onyx one when we were in Arizona at a antique store.
You always seem to find one. Seems like everywhere we go, you find one.
Of course.
I think you got one at every gold show we went to this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Kathleen will always find one. Just one.
I wish
she's
I
on
had
a
the
mission.
skills.
You wish
I just wish I had those lapidary. Is it lapidary? Skills?
Lapidary.
Yeah.
Yep, it's lapidary.
You know what's really cool, Kathleen, is because out here in Quartzsite, in like this time of year after Christmas, it really, the RVers and what we call the snowbirds really fill up Quartzsite. And they actually used to teach lapidary for free, where they had all the tools and everything in a little building, and you come in at a certain time of day, and they actually showed you how to do all that cutting and polishing and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. I never got to go for a full class, but I got to drop in.
See, that'd be cool to learn.
Yeah, it would be.
Because you find some nice looking rocks that you could cut and polish, and that would be pretty sweet. Heck yeah.
I always thought maybe if you use you could get those little wet grinders. I'm pretty sure. If you could cut a rock to something that you actually like and then actually polish it with a tumbler, that'd be a kind of a short way to get around it. But you could do that pretty much by yourself, I guess.
I guess. That'd be pretty neat to know how to do it, though.
Well, I'm sure the angles probably wouldn't be the straightest. But.
Right. If we did it, they'd be crooked. It wouldn't be no...
Yeah. It would be like a Pinterest fail.
Yeah, it wouldn't be no emerald cut. It would be a, what the heck is that cut?
Yeah, but you know what? At least you built it.
Yeah, you made it yourself. See? This is true. I don't know. It's something cool. Something that we need to look into one of these days. It'd be neat to know how to do it. Definitely would. So that's cool, Scott. I bet you walked around with a smile on your face all day.
I know.
I was pretty impressed. I told my boss about it. He started laughing. He goes, "You got to be." I said, "No, I'm not." It was funny.
Dennis, have you had a sighting?
Oh yeah, couple years ago.
Do you remember how that made you feel?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Just like, I don't know. It just kind of took me back. I was like, wow. And I thought, really?
You feel all warm and fuzzy?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. You feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And
fuzzy.
I did afterwards because, it was really cool because, it was about a, 12 or 13-year-old kid.
See,
recognized me from the videos.
Uh-huh.
And, he drug his dad up there and wanted an autograph and a picture.
Oh.
What were you doing?
Yeah, where was you at?
I was at the Petitonica, Illinois GPAA show. Yeah.
But this was...
I'm sure I hacked that up. It's a weird name.
Uh-huh.
In Illinois, and if someone's in there and someone went to it, it was, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago.
Where was the gold show at?
It was in Illinois.
Illinois, okay.
Yeah, it was like way out in the country, out in the.
Was it one of the first ones you went to?
No, I went to. I went to the one before that was in Ohio, in Ohio. At the fairgrounds there, where the last one was at, that we went to.
Oh, the Dayton.
Yeah, the Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
And the Indianapolis one before that, so that was like the third or fourth show I went to.
That would have been a good video. It's Dennis Dayton at the Dayton Gold Show.
But that's cool. But that was it's still pretty neat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh.
But I just like we were talking, pre-show. It's we're just doing stuff that we enjoy doing, and I post the videos because people love to see, watch what you do. Of course, I've always got just a handful of haters, and the nice thing about them is they watch single video, and they leave negative comments every single video. So they're at least I know they watch every video.
Exactly.
So, and that's a good thing.
They hate you that much.
They hate that much that they're a subscriber and they watch every video and they make sure they leave a comment. So,
man,
I welcome all comments, good or bad.
That's right.
As long as it's not too bad. If it gets really bad, because we have a lot of families in there, I'll report them and then let them take care of it, and it'll be deleted, or I'll just delete it right away. And I don't care them leaving bad stuff. Just keep it clean.
Mm-hmm.
When mine comes in, I got to read it first before it will actually. I got to confirm it before it will actually post to my video.
Okay, you got that kind. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it does that.
This must be the way you got it set up. Has to
check
be.
that too.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool, though. Right? They're sitting watching the video. They're subscribing. Leave a negative comment. At least you got.
I like it. He calls them haters.
Yeah, they are. Right, Dan. That's
and I tell you what, I got to make sure it's. I've got to get a video out. I mean, if we get a lot of snow, I'm going to my new man cave now.
There you go.
My 40-foot man cave that I got, and I'm definitely I've got to get a video and run some material from the pit or something, because I'm averaging, and it's so amazing. It's kind of like watching your 401k grow. If anyone that's been in the 401, you start out with a little bit. And over the years, it's just like drawing. You know how you see those charts where the line keeps going up?
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing with the subscribers, just like the 401k. After a few years, that line just gets taller and taller, faster and faster. Well, I'm averaging every day 5 to 7 subscribers every single day.
Oh, that's good.
That's sweet.
That's real good.
You've had 1,000, haven't you?
I've got almost 3,000.
That's what I thought.
Wow. Very nice, Dan. Very
so,
nice.
Yeah, it's growing. So I need to... and they're there, and of course, one of them said, the only thing what I thought was really cool was the last comment was the comment was left by a subscriber. As I'm sitting here jabbering and I'm bringing my YouTube up right now, was he said the only thing.
It
said, dun dun dun. Dennis, the only thing that I don't like about your videos is when they are over.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man. That's cool.
So, but I've got it. I do. I wished I lived closer to Shad, because I still have the video of, where was it at? I put it on my my GoPro. Oh, in California, where I went to roaring camp.
Right.
I don't know how to get it on my laptop. I have no idea how to do that, where to go, I don't know how to do it. I've got 2 different ones on my GoPro, on the SD card, and I don't know how to.
So why don't you just take the SD card and pop it in your computer?
Yeah.
But I do everything for my phone, though. That's the thing.
What's that? Well, you just said to your
email them to you.
Yeah, you just said to get it to your laptop.
I meant yourself. I don't know how to do it on my laptop. I don't know how to get it to the. I mean, it's so easy for me to record on my iPhone.
Right, but it's already on the memory card, is what you're saying.
And then I've got something called Video Shop, so I can record a little bit, stop, record a little bit, and then I go to my Video Shop, and I can piece it together, and I figured out how to cut things out and stuff, and then boom, then I just upload it and it's done.
I don't know. Interesting, Dan.
But when it comes to this computer, this computer is like a foreign language to me.
Yeah.
The jitterbug.
I need a jitterbug.
Now, see, when it comes to me, I can work the computer, but I can't work a phone or a tablet because it's totally different.
Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
The jitterbug phone. Scott needs the jitterbug phone. Dennis, you need a jitterbug computer. Solve all those problems. With those big old buttons. One touch. That's all.
Hey, I do want to put out, just from everyone listening, just special prayers for one of the guys that I work with.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, he's been there. I've worked with him for many, many years, and he's had a couple heart attacks. Previously he had a couple heart attacks, and he ended up either getting a cold or flu or something like that. I think it caused him to have another heart attack, and now he's on life support. So
Oh, jeez.
He works in the lab on day shift. Because that's where I work. I work in the lab. Mm-hmm. I'm on the night shift crew. I don't know. I think I'm going to days for a while. I guess until hopefully, if he does recover from this, if he does come out of it, it'll probably be quite a while before, and if he comes back to work.
All right. Oh, now hopefully he gets better. Pulls through it. Definitely. I always hate to hear that. Somebody not doing good that we know and care about, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Dennis Dayton, everybody. Since I didn't introduce him.
No. Hey, I'm just sliding right on in there, and I'm cool with that.
No, that's cool, right, brother? It's like, hey.
Oh, good. It's all good.
Yeah. So what else has been happening?
Wait a minute. What's Dennis's secret name for the night, though?
Oh.
Hey.
Actually, I didn't have one tonight, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
I was giving him a pass.
He didn't help, brother.
We like them, though, man. I think they're funny.
I had one.
Keep your lights to yourself, buddy.
I had a great one, like not last Sunday, like the Sunday before that we was off. It was an awesome one. I loved it. And then I forgot what it was. And I'm like, crap.
You gotta start writing that down.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's an awesome one. And I'm like, that's Dennis's name. Oh, we're not doing a show tonight. Darn, I'll use it the next time. And then I forgot it. And I'm like, I can't remember it. And it's making me nuts. That's what I was thinking about tonight. And I'm like, dang, I can't think of it. So then my mind was on that, and I couldn't think of a new one. So I'm like, oh, he gets a free pass tonight. So you're doomed Sunday.
Man, I tell you what, I should have. And you guys were talking about the creeks and stuff. The creeks, actually, there's no ice in those creeks right now. Not here. I mean, it was like almost 60 today. So.
Yeah, but you think they thawed?
Oh yeah. I mean, I live.
Oh, you went by them. Oh, okay.
Right past the river and right past the creeks, and they're not, at least not around here. They're not.
Oh wow.
So.
Well, you never know then. But
I wonder if people in Boston got their cars out.
Yeah, but Kathleen has to work, so.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have to work, I'd definitely try. I would at least try.
Oh, you could always hit the scenic view or something, Kathleen. That's always a good one this time of year, right?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't been there since last winter.
Not right. You went there last winter, I think.
Yeah. In the summer, the cows kind of come out and
push around your car.
Scenic is what the biggest you can have. There's 2.5 inch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Kathleen's backpack is perfect there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. She's ready for that place.
I don't think I've ever brought the dredge there. I've only high banked.
Oh yeah, right. I think you went the last time you was there was before you got your new dredge, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's been the last time.
Yep.
Oh well, we went there to get some rocks.
Oh. Well, that don't count.
It's not really prospecting. We were getting rocks.
Getting rocks.
Are you guys still there?
Oh yeah, we're here. Are you still there, Scott?
No.
Uh-oh. Scott must have hit a button on the jitterbug.
Uh-oh.
Yes, something's happening here. You guys are going in and out on me.
Scott, can you hear us? Jitterbug. What's the jitterbug song? Scott. Okay, well, Scott will be back. He's having technical difficulties right now. Dennis, you texting him while we're speaking?
Yes, I am, actually.
Okay. I figured you was. So why Scott fiddles around and tries to find the buttons on his jitterbug, we'll turn it over to Kathleen. Darn it. And dredging up the news.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
All right, everyone. January 10th. Oh, I put 2017 on my paper. It's 2018. 2018. Sorry.
It's great teen. Yeah, you've started it now, so.
I wish we were starting on a better note. Unfortunately, the the United States Supreme Court denied hearing Brandon Reinhardt's case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure all of you have been reading it out there on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So that is unfortunate. There was a post, Amara posted this actually, and they talked about the next challenge, that may give us some more hope.
Mm-hmm.
Is the defense of minors' rights is still working. They're still working out challenging Oregon's suction dredge ban in Bumker in the Ninth Circuit. I think I said that right, but I don't know.
I don't know.
So if that wins, that's another opportunity then, for hopefully the ban in California to be lifted as well. So fingers crossed, but what we can do in the meantime is support AMRA. They are fighting the fight, and we need that because that'll affect other states too. It's not just limited to those over there.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that, but man, it just seems like those judges there in California, they're blocking everything having to do with anything.
It's either that or they just had a lot of cases and they're really picking and choosing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they're choosing the ones they can win.
Mm-hmm.
I think the West Coast judges, right, have to agree, and I don't feel that that's on their political agenda.
No.
If you will. All right. So, this story was kind of surprising, and I meant to look up an update today to see, but I found it yesterday. So if anybody has an update, let me know.
Okay.
Last Friday, a U.S. Forest Service officer fatally killed a man by shooting him. He was an unarmed Kansas man, and this happened near Sedona. The officer shot 51-year-old Tyler Miller of Kansas. The officer evidently stopped to help the man after a traffic accident. Miller, he was on his way to a spiritual retreat in the Sedona area. The FBI will not release the officer's name because the officer has the right not to be identified as part of the Federal Privacy Act. However, what happened was the officer stopped on State Route 89A north of Sedona to help with the traffic accident, and I guess there was an altercation, but I don't know. I mean, that's what they were reporting yesterday. There was an altercation between the officer and Miller. The officer evidently got injured, but he was treated at the scene. Miller was from Hutchinson, Kansas. He crashed his pickup truck into a rock after losing control on a curvy road in Coconino National Forest, I think. Coconino?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Good job.
Yes. But, and then Shad and I were talking about this article. I'm like, I didn't know that they could carry firearms, but it's not uncommon for the U.S. Forest Service workers to carry firearms. In Arizona, there are 28 commissioned armed staff there. So, they're supposed to just be using their what's known as greatest restraint, and only after discussion, negotiation, and persuasion have been found to be inappropriate or ineffective. And that's what they're supposed to, only then are supposed to use their firearms.
Wow. But
I don't know the rest of the story. So if anybody has any updates, let me know.
Yeah.
Well, out here we all pack guns, so.
Yeah. But Miller, he did not have a gun on him. He was unarmed.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Another story. A pro-mining group called Up North Jobs announced it has filed suit against Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton. Any relation to you?
Yeah, Dennis.
Dennis.
What state's it in?
Minnesota. Governor Mark Dayton.
We've got family around in the northern states. A lot of the Dayton's up around. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
You know where that's at. You know where that's at, eh?
Hey, it's not Canada, eh?
Close enough.
Well, they're filing suit against the governor. They're seeking to overturn Dayton's order from last year ordering twin metals off state land. Dayton ordered the Department of Natural Resources to keep twin metals from prospecting or other activities on any state-owned land in the area.
No relation to mine.
Oh, yeah, okay. The suit was filed in mid-December, and it was asking the court to enter a declaratory judgment finding that Dayton violated Minnesota statutes when he issued the order. The suit also asked for temporary injunction against the governor's order so mining exploration could resume as the state lawsuit plays out. Yeah.
Interesting.
So does it tell, why did they stop them in the first place? Did they
federal officials had said that the proposed project posed too many risks for there's Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness is located near there, and that's why. But the Trump administration said that this decision was an error. Mining supporters say that the company should be given a chance to develop its proposal, submit a plan for environmental review, and apply for permits based on its own merits, and not by a generic opposition to mining, is what the article said. So,
okay.
All right. Now we're in global news.
Global news.
Global news. There's a lot more.
Always a lot in global news.
Well, there wasn't a lot happening anywhere.
Really? A slow week?
I don't know. Maybe. Hibernating? I don't know.
It'll pick up.
Yeah. Well, in global news, last week, Full Gold Mining, it's a Chinese mining company, they fired 370 miners in southern Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, I think.
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah. They were fired.
They fired some guys.
Their contracts expired. So the miners who worked at the Ishtamberdi mines in the Jalalabad region, they refused to accept amendments to their contracts, which would have lowered their salaries by a third, and it would also get rid of benefits like food allowances and support for any kind of training and professional development. So the company fired them. The miners threatened protest if they were not given their jobs back. The previous fixed-term contracts, they say, were in contradiction with the Kyrgyz labor code. I don't know exactly what that code is, but Full Gold has a 20-year license for the development of this mine. Spokesperson for the mine said that the salary cuts were needed because of the company's financial situation, and they had to do it in order not to become bankrupt. The company and the union are meeting to discuss this impasse. The two sides are still at odds. They want the details about how is this reducing their operating costs and whatnot. So hopefully, they work that out. But I guess the Chinese companies have been accused of importing Chinese laborers rather than hiring locally.
Oh.
So that's
the plot
thickens. I guess is getting thrown out there. Okay. And the other global story, this is our neighbor Canada. This is a short little one.
Okay.
Klondex Mines Ltd. They announced they will be cutting back operations and workforce at their Eastern Manitoba gold mine, and that's going to be effective immediately. They announced this yesterday. The company acquired a 43,000 hectare? I don't know.
Hectare.
Hectare. Thank you, Scott.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, they acquired this complex in January last year. According to the release, it decided to cut back operations at the mine because it didn't make as much money as expected in 2017. Last year, the mine was scheduled to produce between 35,000 to 45,000 ounces of gold, Instead, it produced 24,000 to 27,000 ounces. I couldn't locate just how many jobs were affected on that one, but
wow.
I don't know that. Sorry.
What's a hectare?
I don't know.
Okay.
Google it.
The juicy pit of a nectar.
What is it, Dan?
Juicy pit of a nectar.
Oh, a nectar.
It equals 100 areas or one. Wait, it is a part of the metric system. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's like an acre.
It's like an acre.
I would
100.
say that's
It's 100 acres.
One Jesus.
Hectare.
Contains about 2.47 acres.
Oh, okay. That's our producer, Shad, everybody. Thank you, Shad.
See, he's always lurking in the shadows.
The Google man.
What I got, it says accepted metric system unit and area equal up to 100 areas, or 1 inch square hectare, and primarily used in measurement and land, metric, replacement, and imperial acre. Now, I don't know what an imperial acre is.
Hectare.
And an acre is about 0.405 hectare, and 1 hectare contains about 2.47 acres.
Well,
Yes,
the imperial one you're talking about, it's on the Death Star.
Yeah. You're right, Dan.
The imperial acre, I know exactly where that one's at.
Yeah.
That's a Wikipedia one there.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
All right.
But it's on the computer, so you can't lie on the
It's got
computer.
to be the truth, then, right? You're right.
That'd be true.
It's fact.
Okay, so fun facts tonight. I've got 3 tidbits. And it's basically gold fever, right?
Yeah.
What it does to people.
Oh, okay.
It's enough to fuel our dreams and sometimes our greed. So, here are some tales of discovery, murder, greed, and betrayal in gold history. How's that?
That's awesome.
All right, so I don't know if some of you have heard about this one, but the Lost Lemon Mine up in Alberta, Canada. The story on this one was Frank, and I'll just give you the short version.
Okay.
Frank Lemon and a man known as Blackjack, they discovered gold in southern Alberta, Canada. Well, that night, when after they found their gold, they were at camp, and the two got in an argument as to whether they should return in the spring or camp right there. So when they went to bed, Frank Lemon crawled out of his blankets, and he took an axe and split the head of his sleeping partner, Blackjack.
Wow.
So,
Jesus.
anyway, 2 Stony Indians named Daniel and William Bendow, they're also known as the Bendow brothers, they witnessed the whole scene. They were following Frank and Blackjack, actually, and stalking them, I guess. They were hiding, and they saw the whole scene. They told the chief about it, and he was afraid that the discovery would bring prospectors to the area and cause like a massive gold rush. So they tried to erase all traces to make locating the mine almost impossible. Meanwhile, Lemon does try to find the mine, but he couldn't locate it ever. So over the years, I guess a number of prospectors, they have tried searching for the lost gold, and a lot of those expeditions ended in tragedy and disaster. And to this day, the mine has never been located.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know about that story. That was kind of cool.
That's cool.
That might be a closer look one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think I gave the gist pretty good.
Yeah, you did, but a closer look could be a cool one.
Yeah.
If there's more to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it goes. The story talks about the back then. Oh, gosh, I didn't even write the year, but anyway, there's more to it about the financing of it and how they came about being on that expedition in the first place.
Okay, cool.
But I want to know how Blackjack got his name.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find his real name. It was just Blackjack.
Blackjack. Hector.
Well, I don't think he got it from the card game.
Probably not.
He might. There could have been, if you think about it, he could have got his name because he might have always traveled at night.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You never know. You never know.
Well, that's a good thing about having a mule or a horse, because if you go to a place enough times, they can find it in the daytime or the night. You don't have to do nothing but sit on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is true.
They're trained to go the same route, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what made me think of this, Kathleen. Something that you must have said made me think about this, and it has nothing to do with what you're talking about. But have you guys ever seen what's called the death magnet?
What?
No.
It's a magnet. You know how some people usually use them for like black sands and stuff, like, magnets for black sands?
Uh-huh.
Where there's actually a magnet, if you look it up, it's called the death magnet.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about a powerful magnet.
Why did you think of that?
I don't know. It's just something she must have said triggered it. It triggered something.
What?
I don't know.
And I had to say it before I forgot about it.
What did she possibly say that could make you think of a magnet?
Maybe it was something I said, the Death Star.
Oh, how would a Death Star have to do with a magnet?
Well, maybe it just made me think of the Death Magnet. It's called the Death Magnet.
Oh, maybe we said Death Star.
I did say, something I said.
Oh, man, Dennis.
Something that Scott said that made me say that made me think of this. So, okay, we're good.
Right, okay. I'm glad we got that figured out.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Okay, well, I'll just go to the next story. This one I did remember to look up the year. 1703. Governor Joseph Dudley of Boston sent Captain Daniel Plowman out with his ship with a license to privateering to attack French and Spanish ships off the coast of Newfoundland. Well, Captain Plowman's lieutenant, John Quelch, and the crew mutinied the ship, and they evidently threw Captain Plowman overboard, and they proceeded to continue with their plundering, but they moved south. So they evidently obtained large amounts of, well, here's the things that they had. Brazilian sugar, I don't know, it must have been really valuable. Mm-hmm. Hides, cloth, guns, and gold coins. The loot was said to be valued over what is today $1.3 million. Before their capture, legend says the crew buried some of the gold on Star Island, and this is off the coast of New Hampshire.
Oh.
So, in the 1800s, some gold coins were found hidden in a stone wall there, but nothing else. So, legend has it that it's still there.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to remember back in the day, salt, sugar, and coffee was very expensive.
Big commodities, yeah.
I don't think the sugar's still there.
No.
Maybe the gold.
The gold's probably the only thing that's still lasted. Everything else probably disintegrated.
Guns?
They'd rotted away, probably.
Well, they might have had them packed in grease. You never know.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Because if they come over on a boat, they'd probably be packed in grease, I would figure.
If you get a death magnet and go walk around.
Dennis Death Magnet Dayton.
Dennis Death Magnet. Oh, that was a good one, Kathleen.
He doesn't need any help, Kathleen.
Oh, that's a good one.
And here we go on the Death Magnet again. How easily distracted we are.
Round and around.
It must be shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny. Ooh, shiny. Oh, I do have one more story.
Go for it.
Okay. I think I talked about this a while ago when the movie Gold came out. But anyway, that movie was based on a real-life scandal. It was the Brayx mining scandal. And if any of you watched the movie Gold, it's basically a story of a brash, chain-smoking, pot-bellied gold prospector whose dream of finding the mother lode just consumes him, right? So he meets a geologist who convinces him to visit Borneo, Indonesia. They do buy a property deep in the jungle. They struck gold, so big-time investment bankers and multi-millionaires and big miners were coming to their beck and call. Their fortunes soared, and suddenly, they're super rich. Anyway, the gold strike ended up being fraudulent, since I guess when their samples that they got were salted with river gold.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
dang.
So that was it.
Oh,
But
that's
when I
cool.
was doing the research, I did run across the background of Oak Islands.
Oh, you
and-
did?
Yeah, and back then they found wood.
Did they really?
Yeah,
They-
didn't they, Shad? There was like levels of these planks, and then they would break through them, and then they would find more wood.
More wood. And then
And that's what the article said.
Yeah. Oh, it said they found wood.
Yeah.
We even watched
I
this
wasn't joking.
documentary on Netflix, and it's like just short stories, really, and a whole bunch of them for an hour each time. And I kid you not, in the middle of one was Oak Island.
Really?
And they reenacted how the original guys were digging in the money, what they thought was the money pit. And I mean, they were just hand digging all the way down 30, 40, 60, 80 feet. And they get so excited, they think they find something, and it was just a piece of wood.
Wow.
So they keep going and going and going. It was just one thing. Finally, they ended up flooding their hole, and so they had to give up.
Oh, wow.
But it was kind of hysterical. But they were the first ones that they recorded. I forget the year.
Oh, wow.
It was 1800s, though, that actually solved the first part of it, where they put dye into where the water, after it filled in, and like saw where it went out. The water went out on two different sides of the island into the ocean.
Oh.
So they think, people have, I guess, from that show said that they moved this one stone slab, and it had this weird writing, inscription, hieroglyphs or whatever on it.
Mm-hmm.
And people suspect that they were supposed to, it was like a warning not to keep digging there, that you basically needed to seal off the shafts on each side of the island to prevent it from flooding.
Right.
But they just punched through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Better.
And you found that on Netflix?
Yeah, I forget. It was a weird...
Oh, you'll have to look it
show.
up. It's on my list.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Oh, wow.
It was like a random episode, and it just had it entwined into a bunch of
It's a
stuff.
cool show. It talks about everything from, ghosts, UFOs, Sasquatch.
Shlomo, or whatever his Shlomo.
Oh, yeah,
or
they-
whatever it's called in Canada. I don't know.
Shalomos.
I forget what it's called,
Yeah.
too. It's the one in British Columbia. And
Shalomos.
it's treasure hunters trying to find this lost... it'll come to
Ain't
me
that
later.
Shumax or something?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Slomax.
Shumax or something. Yeah. It's not slow-mo.
Shad Shlomo Biffle.
Oh, my gosh. Slow-mo.
Yeah, it's a good program. If you're,
That's pretty cool. You have to let us know what it is when you remember.
I will.
To watch that.
But we binge watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They were Netflixing and chilling.
Yeah, apparently. And you find the cool stuff. Wow.
Oh my gosh, I watch the most crazy, off the wall things sometimes.
Obviously.
And then once you start watching the series, you're like, must finish series.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, Benjamin Tyler said Slumac.
Schlumax. That's what it is.
Oh,
Schlumax. Thanks,
yeah.
Benjamin. Yeah, Schlumax. Yeah, slow-mos.
That was probably.
You figured it out, didn't you guys? I mean, come on,
Yeah,
people.
I mean, that was a good enough clue for us. We got it. Yeah, we don't need much, just a little.
And I was watching that program for a while, but I don't know what happened to it.
The Schlumax Gold one?
Yeah.
That was oh gosh darn.
You know, I haven't watched any of that.
What was that called? I
don't even know.
Was it just pilot?
Shlomo.
Wasn't the curse of
Curse of Schlumack.
the curse of
I don't know if it was a curse.
Curse of Shlomo.
I thought it was a curse.
I don't know.
Because we actually had somebody from the show was on our show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was like
Randy,
a pilot show, or did it do a series?
It was a series.
Yeah, Randy Lewis said the book's called Slumax Gold.
I think.
Was that what it's called?
Yeah, would that be the TV show probably too?
Maybe the TV show was The Hunt for Slumax Gold or something.
See, I'm gonna have to hop on the Fire Stick because I was wanting to watch that and I forgot all about it.
I can't remember it now.
I'm writing it down right now so I don't forget.
And you guys got a lot of time to watch TV.
Well, on the weekend.
You know what? When I'm over in my 40-foot man cave, running my material, you know, enjoying an alcoholic beverage like you so like to post.
Them Arizona
I can watch this. It's called how do you spell it?
Schlumax.
Do you know how to spell it?
You spell it SLOMO.
Try SLUMACKS.
SLUM what?
ACKS. Slumax.
ACKS. Slumax Gold. All right. You made me scribble. I hate scribble. I like to write neat, and that looks like a mess.
Yeah, you do like to write neat.
You have to spell slow-mo.
Shlomo's Gold. The search of Shlomo's Gold. Write that. See what you can find. Search.
What'd
you find?
I'm not slow-mo.
Yeah, it's not. It's Shlomac. Shlomac. I don't know.
Our vocabulary is not the greatest around here. The curse. I swear it was the curse of something. Though. The curse of Schlumax Gold.
Well, they might have did that just to get you to watch.
Yeah,
I wonder if they found anything.
I don't know. Because it ended, and everybody was hoping it was going to come back for a second season, and it didn't.
Somebody in the chat room said they found a map in a cabin or something somewhere. I don't know.
Right. They had a map or something, and I don't know. I can't remember. Dang.
You know, what I really loved.
What, Dan?
Said one show I really loved was The Devil's Backbone or whatever that was called.
Devil's Canyon. Wasn't that Devil's
Canyon? Devil's Canyon, yes.
Yeah.
Just for information, all you gold diggers out there, just remember, if you ever find something really big like that, don't tell nobody.
Except tell us on Gold Prospector Space and Prospectors Radio.
Yeah, send us
you'll win a free bag of
private
pay dirt.
Message, And
well, just remember, when you find stuff like that, all you get's fame. That's it, because they take it.
Yep, that's the tip of the week from Scott Swiftwater Tony again.
That ain't no doubt.
Other tip of the week. Kathleen, awesome news as always. Thank you. Great job. And I think...
And I'll tell Shad he can do the gold prices.
Yeah, good idea. Let's hear them precious metal prices from Precious Metal Slow-Mo Shad.
Dude, that's a good T-shirt name there.
Slow-Mo Shad.
Ain't that precious? Well, good news, everyone. Gold is climbing. It's up $8 to $1,317. It did kind of peak above $1,322 2 days ago, and it kind of has gone down. But I looked at the international markets; it's already up a little bit again. So gold's doing well, along with silver at $16.97, up 6 cents. Mm-hmm. Platinum's even up $9 to $974. And that little palladium, though, for whatever reason's gone down $10
again
to $1,084. So I don't know, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I'm thinking gold's actually probably going to go up here a decent amount, just with what news story just broke with China. They're going to slow down and possibly stop buying U.S. Treasury bonds, which is our debt. And so that's definitely scaring the market right now.
Well, they've been hoarding the gold. I mean, they've been buying it like crazy.
That's getting close to $43 a gram. That's good.
So I'm thinking gold may start shooting up here, depending on how the market reacts to that, just with the uncertainty, as well as that'll cause the dollar to go down and gold to go up.
I'm curious to see how this is going to affect how people act.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I'm interested.
Let's just see, right? Interesting. I don't know.
We'll observe and see if the gold fever brings betrayal.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Man. But it's always good to see gold climbing. And I want to see silver climb too, like we talked about. See if silver does start doing something great. That would be...
Make silver great again.
Yeah, make silver great. That's a new motto.
I believe silver has found its home, and that's just where it's going to be. I really feel that.
No, Scott, in 2000...
I think it's just going to stay around 16, 17?
Yeah, I mean, that's it's just been right in the area for at least 4 years.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, but you remember when it shot up to almost 50?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't too long ago. Wasn't too many years ago.
You melt me down some silverware.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, it shot up to almost like $50 an ounce.
So in 2018, let's make silver great again.
Make silver great again.
That's
right. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Let's make silver
It'll
great
be beautiful.
again.
That's a new year. We know that?
What's that, Dan?
2018.
So let's make silver great again. That's our motto. That's what we want. I want to see silver go up and gold. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I just seen something. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, what's that that new Gold Rush goes
on the
underwater
19th.
On the 19th. White.
It airs. It's Dakota Fred.
Oh, it says January 12th, Kathleen, at 10 p.m. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 19th.
Wait a minute. I'm writing this down now. January 12th.
It's gone. I can't see it now. Somebody posted it, now it's gone. William, repost it.
Is it the 12th or the 19th?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he got the date wrong. Maybe that's why he pulled it down. Maybe he can put it back up. But yeah, but that's the one with Dakota Fred, right?
What's it called?
I don't know yet. Oh wait, here it is. Gold Rush goes underwater. Inside Discovery's new spin-off, Gold Rush White Water. Gold Rush White Water, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah.
Premieres January 12th at 10 p.m. on Discovery.
Yeah, you guys remember the show I told you I was getting on, and they were going to call it Swiftwater something, and then they found out that my name was Swiftwater because they wanted me to actually try out to be on the show. I did an interview for it and everything, and then they changed it to Whitewater.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the same show.
It's that one?
Yes.
So you could have been on there with Dakota Fred?
Yeah, they were, and I decided to just do an interview and stuff like that, and I didn't get picked. I don't know why, but they said they were looking for somebody younger. That just made me laugh.
Younger than you?
I bet there was a height requirement.
Probably.
That's pretty good.
He must be this tall to dive.
You walk right underneath that little line.
Yeah, dang. Missed it by that much.
You know, I hate to tell you, but I ain't never seen a little fish go up my dredge nozzle either. So,
oh lordy, that was a good one, Shad.
Man, that was really good.
Like I said, he's always lurking in the shadows.
Yeah,
when you least expect it.
Just sitting back there, biding his time, waiting to fire.
I gotta laugh at this because actually, when he's picking on you, he's relieving the heck out of me.
That's right. He's not picking on Dennis.
I just told the old lady she thought it was funny too.
That was funny.
Oh
my God.
I ranked in the top 3 of the ones
too,
that
yeah. That was a good one. Put a mark on the board for Shad on that one.
Yeah, I know. That's a mark. I've already got it marked.
Yep.
Well, like we used to say back in Kentucky, blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while.
That's right.
So this Gold Rush Whitewater, it's January 12th at what time?
10 p.m. Eastern Time on Discovery.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Mm-hmm. Thank you, William, for posting that here. So
yeah,
I forgot about it, but yeah, I think that'll be interesting. You know, so I'm sure they're diving under McKinley Falls or something, and so,
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, they were going to reroute that falls or something, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I bet they finally got it rerouted, and they're probably because I know they said it would take a while. I guess they rerouted it one other time.
Well, I know when they were talking to me about being on the show, they wanted somebody that wasn't afraid to go into fast-moving water and dredge.
Right.
Is what the deal was.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think if they do divert it, then I was kind of misled. But
right, then it wouldn't
that's
be.
what I got.
They kind of did a thing on there, and they with Dakota Fred and the Sun,
mm-hmm.
and they were showing that falls, and they showed at one point in time where it was diverted.
It was.
That was like back in the 1800s or something.
Like
and
yeah, yep.
they said they're guessing because of the way that river runs and all the runoffs from the the mountains around and stuff like that. They said there's probably millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in that hole in gold.
Man, see, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? So that might be one worth watching. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
dredging. That's
yeah, right. That's
cool.
That's much better than watching equipment breakdowns and stuff. We can actually see people dredge it. So that's one.
And the water, that puts another hook to it.
Yeah, you're right.
Rushing water.
So I think that one might be pretty cool. So we'll have to check that out, man. That's
something I've never done is go dredging underwater when the water's rushing like that.
Could you imagine doing it under waterfalls like that?
Just tie a brick on, you'll be fine.
I bet it's really beautiful.
Oh, it probably is. But wouldn't you be freaking? A big log would come down river and come over the falls, and it'd be scary too. You'd be thinking the whole time you're down there.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good point there.
Right, I mean, because something falls upstream, you ain't gonna know, and then
rock, big old rock, log.
Oh, geez, that's where my mind would be.
Those hills there, they got a lot of them big boulders and stuff. So yeah.
Well, I don't think they're going to be doing it in a flood. I think it's just normally like a waterfall, fast moving waterfall that they're wanting to get down in the bottom of. Is what I'm thinking.
That water flows off that pretty fast.
It looked like it was pretty fast.
Normal.
Yeah. It was a heck of a waterfall, actually.
Yeah, it's one heck of a waterfall.
Yeah, it really is. So I don't know. It sounds cool, though. So we'll definitely watch that and see what we think of that show. Give our...
that's why if anyone's listening from Gold Rush, I wish that they would, instead of doing the same thing over and over and over and over. The only thing that I like watching now is Tony Beach's dredges that he's building.
The barge.
Yeah.
But if they would just, instead of the big equipment and breakdowns and, it used to be, show more gold. They do that now.
Right.
But, man, get out. Like, when you go prospecting for, other places you're going to go, take a high banker, take a stream sluice. Go out there and show you classifying and panning and, getting some gold in a pan. And I think that would really help them out a bunch. Would probably draw more viewers back in if they were to show what they're doing to test and look and, the little stuff that they set up like us small miners do.
Right. That'd be cool.
I think it would be awesome because I totally lost interest. I haven't watched. The last time I've watched an episode of Gold Rush was probably 5 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah,
I haven't even caught it at all.
I caught the first couple episodes and then I gave up. I'm like, I'm done. I just can't do it no more. I've learned how to fix heavy equipment now, but that's all I've gained from it. I know.
Well, I actually got to talk to Tony Beats, and I told him, I said, you know what made me really happy? He says, what's that? I said, because you actually got that dredge running. Because I used to tell a lot of people that thing was the most economical way to do massive mining, and everybody laughed at me.
It's the coolest.
It is.
Well, like I said, he's got it going now, and he's using one engine to do something that took 5 bulldozers, 12 trucks, a wash plant, and a water pump, and all that stuff.
All kinds of money, and fuel's unbelievable. And the gold, and I guess the gold they say he got this year, I don't know, but I guess he's kicking some major butt.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what kind of makes me kind of want to dip in and see, how he's doing.
But I think this show's going to be more like the small miner. They're going to be dredging. They're not going to be doing all that heavy equipment stuff.
That's what I think. The majority of the people out there are small miners.
Yeah.
And they love to see stuff like this.
Sure. That's what I think I think this one could be awesome.
Like I said, I got a show in my head, but I don't want to say it too much. No, I don't want somebody taking my idea and running. But,
right. Have we heard any more on the Feldman's new show? Has anybody heard anything if they're going to get another one or what's going on?
And while you brought that up too, I still haven't seen the pilot on that one. What's that one called so I can look it up on the Fire Stick?
Lost Gold.
On the Travel Channel.
Lost Gold.
On the Travel
Lost
Channel.
Gold.
The Legend of Cochise or something.
Yeah. Of Hector. The Lost Legend of Hector.
I think each show will be another adventure, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not like a continuing thing.
It's a Hector Schlomack Death Star.
Did they find anything on the pilot on Lost Gold?
I'm not telling you.
You gotta watch it.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Because I'm telling you right now, if they didn't find anything, and as much as I got razzed on the pilot, at least they found some wood.
No, I think
if they didn't find anything on there, I'm coming back.
They don't find the strong boxes.
No.
But
they find clues, but that's the thing. It's like it's a treasure hunt, so it kind of gets you going, like interested in it, and you're like, oh wow, and then they move on to like the next one. But that's
what I like. That's exactly what I like. Yeah.
So it's
not like they're focused on just the one. It just kind of gets you thinking about and you learn stuff. It's very, very educational. I didn't know anything about that.
Well, I hope that they get the series then. I was wondering if anybody had heard anything yet about it. I haven't heard nothing. I've been watching and keeping an eye on their Facebook thing because I figured they'll announce it there first, and nothing yet. So
yeah, that's just like Jeff Williams. He's got that Slim Pickens mine of his now, and watching it from when he first got the mine, pretty much was just a hole straight down to where now it's unbelievable how far he's got. Running that, I guess, tunnel, and I've learned so much the history on the rocks and the caliche and all the different types of stuff and what to look for and stuff, and the gold he's pulled out of that was just amazing. And
I know.
And I don't know, is that now, Scott, is that in Arizona, that mine he's got, or is that actually in Nevada?
Now say it again.
Slim Pickens, is that I think that's in Arizona.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Jeff Williams'
mine, Slim Pickens' mine. He named it Slim Pickens.
If it's Jeff, that would probably be in Nevada, I would guess.
Well, I think he's got some claims in Arizona too, so that's why.
Probably.
I have heard that name, Slim Pickens, though, for some reason.
I think that one might be Nevada.
He used to be a singer. Maybe that's why you remember that.
What?
Slim Pickens. He used to play a banjo or something.
Oh.
Maybe that's why it sounds familiar to you, Scott.
You know what? You might be right.
I think so. And here on that note, let's turn it over to our very own Slim Pickens.
And now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Tony. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
Oh, that intro still makes me laugh. Even with the Slim Pickens in front of it, that's even better.
Oh, man.
All right. But anyway, guys, tonight I had something that you can look up on the internet. It's it's not really hard or nothing like that. But I found it really interesting because these are 10 gold facts that there's like 4 of them that really blow my mind.
Cool.
So I'm going to start out with number 10 and go down to number 1. So anyway, it says fun fact, or not fun fact, but the actual gold fact is number 10. It says gold is used in window glass and astronaut helmets to reflect infrared rays while allowing sunlight to pass through, at the same time keeping it cool. Mm-hmm. And remember I was saying, I don't know, it was a while back, I was telling you guys when like cell phones and when we start putting people up in space, you know, that's how the gold goes up. And that's one of the things, because they do use a lot of gold, say on the space stations, on the helmets, the suits. Even in the old days, if you look at the old videos that you could see of the lunar landings and the when they come out of the space shuttle, they always had that gold on their helmet shield. And then some of the space stations or the satellites that we used to build actually had gold tubing on them as well.
Right.
And it must have been to, like they said, it must have been to keep them cool.
Sure.
So that was pretty interesting. And number 9, gold is chemically liquefied and injected into the muscles of thousands of, this is going to be fun, rheumatoid arthritis victims.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
There you go.
Yeah.
In the U.S. And it said that the treatment is successful in 7 out of 10 cases.
Really?
Now that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
And like I said, some of these I've never heard them, but man, how do you get how do you get gold injected into you? I mean, it could be in there, but
people
wow.
eat gold too.
So. Well, that, you know what? That might be why.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's like I said, that's just kind of interesting and weird to me at the same time.
Yeah.
And number 8.
Right.
And this one goes back into pretty much what Kathleen was talking a little bit about the hole that went out 2 different directions to the sea.
Uh-huh.
It kind of references to that. But in every cubic mile of seawater, there is 25 tons of gold. That is a total of about 10 billion tons of gold in the oceans. However, there is no known way to economically recover it.
Ooh, interesting.
That means there's a lot of gold out there. We just don't have the know-how to get it. But that could possibly be because, like they said, you know, the ground will flood, and then when the tide goes back out, it unfloods. So it would pull.
Hey! Speak for yourself on the know how to get it. Don't involve me in that not knowing how to get it.
Well, there's 25 tons of gold in every mile.
All right.
You can have at it if you figure out how to do it.
Well, I'm not sharing my secrets with you, buddy.
Okay. Anyway, number 7, it says gold can be hammered into sheets so thin that a pile of them an inch high would contain more than 200,000 separate sheets. Now that is a malleable metal.
Yep.
200,000 sheets would be an inch high. And I mean, I guess, you know, if you've ever used gold leaf, there's people that cook with it. There's people that put it in tables and stuff like that. It is pretty thin, and the simple littlest breeze will move it. And we all know that gold's 19 times heavier than water. So, I mean, you're banging out some really, really, really thin stuff when you're getting 200,000 sheets in 1 inch high. That's pretty phenomenal. And then number 6 would be a single ounce of gold can be drawn into a wire. Wow, 60 miles long.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
That's pretty cool too. And then number 5, the largest gold nugget found. Well, we probably already all of us know this. Probably the largest gold nugget found was in the U.S. weighed 195 pounds, and it come from California, where we can't dredge. I don't know. They're going to come down to it where you can't even have a motor on the water anymore. But you know what? Then that would screw up the boats and all that. So
it's coming, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see
California.
how that.
That's California for you.
We'll see how that works for them. Anyway, number 4, gold is so heavy that 1 cubic foot of it weighs a half of ton. 1 foot of gold. Wow. 1 cubic foot.
Oh, cubic foot. Okay.
But that's a half ton. Boy, that would be nice.
I'd like to have a half ton.
I'd bury it and wait for somebody to get me a bulldozer or a backhoe. I don't think I'm going to get that out of the ground. Okay, number 3, a 1-ounce gold nugget is more. This is one that really blows my mind. A 1-ounce gold nugget is more rare to find than a 5-carat diamond.
Really?
Now that, man, I haven't seen. I've seen nuggets that almost weigh an ounce, but a 1-ounce gold nugget, it's more rare to find than a 5-carat diamond. I guess that would depict on
old timers done picked through all that. I mean, you got to talk about back in the Egyptian days too. They've already picked all the big stuff.
Yeah,
easy stuff to pick. It's rare to find them now.
Yeah, they used to just walk down the creeks and pick them up, didn't they?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And then they got the what do they call that here in Stanton Ghost Town, where they got the El de May at? It's the potato patch, because they said people were going up and picking up nuggets as big as potatoes, and it's called the potato patch up there.
Mm.
Yeah, you ain't finding no potatoes anymore, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, number 2, it says all of the gold in the world can be compressed into an 18-yard cube, which is about 1/10 the mass of Washington Monument. Now, isn't the Washington Monument the straight up that looks like a rocket?
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
got a point to it.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Well, that could be. It says all the gold in the world. If it pressed into an 18-yard cube, it would be 1/10 the mass of the Washington Monument. So that's really not a lot of gold if you think about it that way. But it is, but it ain't. I mean, I figured we'd found more gold in the world than that. I mean, like in India, they love gold. They got gold stores everywhere in India. They're one of the biggest buyers of gold in the world because of the jewelry that they wear and stuff like that. So that's pretty amazing to me, because all the gold in the world, that's not a lot of gold.
Right.
And then number 1, it says gold is said to be so rare that the world pours more steel in 1 hour than it has poured gold since time began.
Really?
And I guess that would reflect back on number 2 as well.
Strange.
And that, like I said, that was the number one fact about gold right there. And like I said, there's the 5-carat diamond one, and the number 1 and number 2, both of them. Those 3 just kind of blew my mind out of the water. So there's 3 or 4 of them in there that I would never, like, if anybody even asked me, I ain't got no idea. But, after I read those facts like that, and it comes down to it, hey, it puts perspective on stuff that, it really shows a good thing when you could have, like Kathleen and Dennis, when they go out, and, there's a lot of the East Coast prospectors that listen to our prospecting radio. So to get an ounce of gold, that's really accomplishing something through summer of going out and on different weekends and stuff like that, because the old timers, they used to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
and they do it with a pan. So to have an ounce of gold now at the end of the season, or 2 ounces or whatever, or 3 ounces, that's pretty. I feel pretty good about what I get now. I always thought maybe 2 and 3 and 4 ounces for a 6-month period might be a little slow, but that's reading these facts. I got a really different view on it now, because that puts things in a lot of perspective for me.
Oh, yeah, it does. It makes you think a little bit. That's for sure.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Man. Very cool. Thank you, Scott.
No problems.
Man. Jeez. Let's see what time is. Oh, it's 10:30 already. Jeez. Where'd the night go? It's like time for us to wrap it up, unless Dennis has got something, or Kathleen, or Shad.
Well, I just want to give a special shout out to 2 girls that helped me. Actually, they seen this little thing that I was looking at, and then they found it for me, and it was a real good thing. And it's Mary and Diana. Thank you very much for the input.
Well, thank you. Dennis, got anything else?
I got a segment. It's just about a 20-minute segment. You guys don't mind, do you?
20 minutes.
No, I'm kidding.
Now? I gotta get up at 5.
Thanks, Dennis.
Did you hear everybody now?
5 o'clock comes really early, don't it, Kathleen?
Oh, yeah. It's like I just close my eyes and then it's like I just blinked or something and it's time to get up.
Yep.
Yeah, but you blink and you get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning anyway. So you like sleep for a half hour and you're up for 2 hours.
I know. I have terrible sleep patterns. I don't know why I do that. I just wake up in the middle of the night.
Crazy.
Sounds like the Sherpa ought to be giving like body massages, help you get in a deep sleep.
But it's always around the same time, that
you have to wake them up. Get up! I need another massage.
Oh yeah, that's the ticket.
There it is.
Then she'd get less sleep.
That's why I need the coffee.
Right. At 5 in the morning, you have to have that.
Yeah, I saw that thing you posted where you something about you got to have 6 cups of coffee or something.
It was one of those, those quirky little Facebook things about log in Facebook and we'll analyze your face, or I don't know.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, that was. I was going to do it, but I think it was just meant for women only because it kept saying something about your man's lying out on the yard drunk and couldn't get up, and then your man. I kept hitting redo. It's for women only. There was nothing about a man on that.
Always remember, Kathleen, if you can't get a coffee, grab a Dr. Pepper because it's got more caffeine than coffee.
It's your Mountain Dew.
Well, in the medical books, actually, Dr. Pepper is first, goes coffee, tea, and then it goes down into the Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. So, I mean, Dr. Pepper's got a jolt to it, evidently.
Oh, it does. I used to drink it. It's pretty good stuff. Get you going.
Yeah, you can drink more Mountain Dew quicker than you can syrup. So
yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I guess nobody's got nothing else. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And
stay tuned for Curse of Oak Island.
Yep.
Update on Sunday. Got a lot to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was on last night, right?
It's got some really good and new you don't want to miss Sunday.
Right. Good. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. All right. Well, on that note, we're out of here. Good night, everybody. Have a great week, and be sure to tune in Sunday, 7:30.
Good night, gold diggers.
We'll be here. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.